am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. That my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
It opened the door for me to have hope, to have a better life than what my grandparents had. I mean, we all, at least most of us, have stories to tell as to how Jim Crow and racism impacted our families. I, for one, had a family member that was shot down in a field just because. And so the March on Washington was a march for me. And for my children and my grandchildren, to give us hope that we would be able to become the very best that we can be, to be able to maximize the giftings and the talents that God has given to us, and to make a difference and make a mark on this country. But I think we have a long way to go. I think we have a very long way to go.
I was not able to make the trip. And the reason for that, because I was in college and I couldn't even afford to even thumb the way, let alone take the bus. I guess during that period of time, I worked as a custodian in a department store that was segregated. I had to drink water from one fountain, and of course, individuals around me was able to drink water from another fountain. It was an experience for me after I heard the speech. And certainly it has been a part of my life and always will be a part of my life.
And so the march was a combination of everybody coming together to talk about what the real issue was. Reverend Martin Luther King put it very eloquently about the fact that it wasn't just about black people and white people. It's about equality for all people. And I think that's what's important. I think people are losing sight of equality for all people in everything that we do.
We've got a long way to go. Okay. Looks like in some respects that we have not made any progress. It's kind of depressing sometimes, where the little progress that we've made. I am encouraged because I think that with the strides that we have made, that if we add to them, then things will be better. I think that until people really begin to love one another, and might not be us, might not be able to see it, but it'll be the young people that will be able to.
I was only 3 years old when the March on Washington happened, so I have little or no recollection of the actual day of the march, or the actual event of the march. I think what I began to see is the benefits of the march. I think changed America. I think to see the impact of people who were willing to sacrifice to get to Washington, D.C., through all of the obstacles that they had to overcome in order to get there. That became a pivotal moment in the United States history. And there has certainly been progress. I think when we look and we see African American faces and other faces, women, we see other minorities, all of those opportunities of people in high places, we think, well, we've made some strides, things have happened where we're excited about. Dr. Joseph Lowry said something that I think is significant when he says that the more things change, the more things are the same, because where there's not equality, then that's a threat for all of us.
Country and even just trying to get to Washington, people died. Trying to get there to that march 50 years ago, and there were people who were black and white. I believe it was a white male man, who went out of his way to try to deliver something significant. I can't remember his name. Sorry for my lapse of memory, but he was trying to deliver something significant in regards to that. And he was killed trying to do that. And so there are people of all shades and colors who gave their life and shed their blood, and that has got to continue to be our story, that everybody has got to fight. We are the United States, and I don't think we're quite there yet. And I'm thinking, Maya Angelou says, almost United States, or not yet United States, but I believe that there is great hope. I have great hope that we are going to continue to make progress. I think voting is key.
Reflection since March 50 years ago. Tremendous overall progress on getting country to be more inclusive of minorities and women, and far better pay and housing. King's push was for the underprivileged and underserved. There seems to now be a class divide more than a race divide. We seem to have regressed some in our sensitivity for equal rights for all. The haves seem to not care as much for the have-nots. We need to work harder to understand each other. Ken Lawson.